My name is Apeh Harrison Iwodi. I was told that this is a live value session, so just get right on to it. Very quickly, I want to talk to you in the next few minutes about the title, What You Have Is Enough. If you have a pen, you have a paper, just write it down. What you have is enough. I heard a story recently about a man who went to a herbalist to predict his future. And when he went to the herbalist, he said to him, I want to know if I'll become great tomorrow or not. And the herbalist drew two circles on the floor. One was black, one was white. And in between the two circles, he put a millipede. And he said to the young man, if the millipede walks to the white one, your future will be bright. If the millipede walks to the black one, I'm sorry, I can't help you. So he dropped the millipede and he began to walk towards the white one. And the man began to jubilate because obviously his future is about to shine. And the millipede drew very close to the white circle, and at the very last second, he turned back and began to walk towards the black circle. And he kept on going, and then he stopped. And after a while, he continued towards the black circle. When he got very close to the black circle, the young man just stood up and matched it. I go kill her. It doesn't go anywhere. You know, and took the dead millipede and dropped it in the white circle. Because the future that God has in mind for you is in your hands. There's nothing that you are that is not an outcome of what you have done with what you have. Nothing. Life is not fair, but God is fair. Now, if God is fair, there's no way that He will allow the outcome of your life to be a result of something you cannot control. If life is not fair, then you should expect life to throw at you things that are beyond your control. But you are not what happens to you. Everything that you are is simply an outcome of what you have done with what you have. Your life cannot be an outcome of what you don't have. I mean, that means God will be very stupid. You can't make a man to be a result of something that he has absolutely no control over. Anything that you are today is simply a reflection of what you have done with what you have. Life is a trade. Life is a business. We established that yesterday, Bishop, that life is a business. Whether you are a civil servant, you are a mother, you are a father, you are a farmer, or you are an entrepreneur, life is a business. As long as you are alive, you are in the business of living. But let me say this to you. Life is cheap because you got it for free. But living is expensive. You see, when you were born, you didn't have to pay to be born. But the life that you will have at 70, you will pay for that one. And you will pay for it when you are 17. Because the things you refuse to pay for at 17, you will pay for it at 70. Because life allows credits. That's the truth. You know, people keep saying that, you must pay. You must pay the price. You must pay the price. But see, life, what they didn't tell you is that life will allow credits. It means that you can collect certain things from life and you don't have to pay now, but you will pay later. Whatever you become, there is a price for it. Whatever you become. Now let me say this. This is the core of the life value lesson today. This is the core. Don't miss this part. Everything that life throws at you. Remember I said that God is fair, life isn't fair. Now everything that life throws at you is a currency. It's a currency. Sometimes life will throw at you 200 naira as a currency. Sometimes it might be in dollars. It will throw at you $200. Sometimes life will throw at you 1,000 naira. But everything that happens in your life is a currency. And this is an important catch here. So when I was 24 or 23, I made up my mind to marry early because I wanted to have kids early and I had certain plans for my future and I had to start early. So I got married at 25 to the first love of my life, pretty lady, Christiana. And we began our life as very young people. Amazingly, when I got married, people thought that I wasn't going to make it. They said a child is marrying a child because I was 25 and she was 22. Now, 13 months after, we became a huge success by the mercy of God. We had bought, at that time, about over 10 years ago, I had bought my first car, almost $1 million worth. 13 years ago, sir, she, for the first time in our marriage, became sick. For the first time. Fever. She worked in the bank, first bank. Oh, okay, let's go to the hospital. Her father is a professor in medicine. She's got about 2 sisters who are doctors, medical doctors. So we went to the hospital, a very good one in Jos at the time, and in less than 7 days she died. Life isn't fair. Now, at some point, my life could have stopped. Because up until then, I had kept myself by some very chronic, strong principles. So when I got married, for me, it was a reward of settlement. And then 13 months after, at 26, I lost my late wife. But I learned very early that anything that life throws at me is simply a currency. I am the one that will determine what I buy with that currency. I could have taken that currency and bought depression, and mediocrity, and pittiness, and bitterness, and fear for the future, and disrespect for God, and disrespect for principles. Because if I had served God like this, and kept myself like this, and married like this, why should it happen like this? But I realized that, like all of us who are fathers, if you like, take 15 bodyguards to guard your children who are toddlers, they will fall. There's no number of bodyguards that can prevent your child from falling as a toddler. No matter how much God loves you, life will happen to you, my brother. But whatever life throws at you is a currency. It is you that will determine what you buy with it. Because life is a business. So you must understand the art of trade. It is buying and selling. Whatever you are is what you bought. Did you get that? Whatever you are is what you bought. I have 3 more minutes. Now, let me just quickly tell you a few caliber of people on the earth. There are about 6 kinds of people on the earth. Can I tell you about the 6 kinds of people on the earth very quickly? Number 1, there are those that always talk about what they can have, especially in Nigeria. There are those who keep telling us what they can have, in bracket, right prospects. They keep telling you what they can have. They keep educating us on the future they want to create, because Bishop told us 3 months ago, we must dream big. So they keep talking about what they can have, what they can have, what they can have. Number 2, there are those that always talk about what they should have. The ones that hate Buhari very well. You know them now. This is what the government should have done. Good luck failed us. Buhari failed us. This is what we are entitled to as Nigerians. There are those who, number 1, those who talk about what they can have. Number 2, there are those who keep talking about what they should have. That is entitlement. Number 1 is prospects. Number 2 are those who are filled with entitlement, and they fail to realize that anywhere you have a right, you have a responsibility. If you have a right to good governance, you have a duty to create an enabling environment for all of us. You too. Anywhere you have a right, you have a responsibility. Number 3, quickly now. There are those who keep talking about what other people have. Envy. Every time you meet them, they are always discussing what everybody else has. Have you seen Emeka's car? Have you seen Tonia's husband? Have you seen Mama Junior's new son? You don't see Mama John's new shop. Every single time they are talking, they keep talking about what everybody else has. Number 4, there are those who always talk about what they have lost, self-pity. See, the reason why you are calm is because of the way I spoke about my late wife. There's a way I will talk now, you will carry handkerchief. I say, bro. Hey, bro. What I have got, bro. You will carry. Then tomorrow again, we gather here. I'll say, sister, my wife died. Because we like to emphasize on the things that we have lost. group of people are those who like to emphasize on what they don't have, excuses. So you have those who deal in prospects. There are those who are entitled. There are those who deal in envy. There are those who deal in self-pity. And there are those who are full of excuses. What I don't have. But what you don't have cannot make you. Your life will not be judged by what you don't have. Even when the master gave talents to 3 servants, he analyzed their result based on what he gave them. I know it would be a very stupid master to analyze the outcome based on what he didn't give you. Did you also realize that he analyzed their outcome based on the control they had over the resource they were given? So he didn't want to advise them on what to use the money for. So they can have full control. The moment he gave them, they had control. And the last group are those who always talk about what they have. You will never have everything you need right now. Never. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you have everything. I'm not saying you have everything. But I'm saying that what you have is enough. That's what I'm saying. What you have lost, we agree. What they have, we agree. What you should have, we agree. What you don't have, we agree. But we are saying that what you have is enough. Will you allow the millipede walk to the black circle? Or will you match it? Drop it on the other circle. God bless you.